Ukraine cannot withdraw its troops from Donbas. This would lead to a split in Ukrainian society, and the Russian leader Vladimir Putin would not stop there anyway. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said this in an interview with the BBC.
I see things in a different way. I don't see it as just land. I see this would be an act of betrayal, a weakening of our positions, leaving to their fate hundreds of thousands of our people who live there. That's how I see it, and I am certain it would deeply fracture our entire society.
The president of Ukraine, Zelenskyy, stated that Western partners should focus on containing Russia rather than on trying to appease Putin.
They should be working to stop the Russians, not just trying to appease them, because they will lie to them. They only care about themselves and their own interests.
President Zelenskyy also explained why it is not possible to reclaim all the territories right now. One of the reasons is Ukraine's lack of sufficient weapons, and here much depends on its partners.
We will accomplish this goal. That is completely certain. It is now just a matter of time. To do it today would mean losing a huge number of people because the Russian army is large and we understand the cost of such actions.
The Russian leader Vladimir Putin has already started World War III, and the only response should be strong military and economic pressure to force him to retreat, emphasized the president of Ukraine. The question is, how much territory will he be able to seize and how can he be stopped? Not because Russia must not win, but because Russia wants to impose a different way of life on the world and change the life that people have chosen for themselves, said Volodymyr Zelenskyy. According to him, Ukraine is effectively containing this war today, preventing it from escalating into a full-scale global conflict.
Friends, once again, about the eternal topic of the withdrawal of the Ukrainian armed forces from Donbas, retreating from Donbas, giving the Donetsk region to Russia, and making peace. In an interview with a Japanese publication, Zelenskyy said that Ukraine and the Ukrainian army will not leave Donbas and will not give up Donbas because it is an important defensive line and our land. For those who continue to seriously discuss this option, I repeat, Russia is not even offering peace. In exchange for the Donetsk region, there is no such proposal. What they propose is the armed forces of Ukraine withdraw from the Donetsk region, Russia occupies this territory, there is a ceasefire, and then negotiations begin on a major peace agreement. In other words, they will then demand additional, let's say, bonuses after the withdrawal from Donbas. This is not peace, it's a ceasefire. And for a peace agreement, they will demand what Lavrov was talking about. Zaporizhia region, Kherson region. That is what Lavrov was talking about. People chose to be with Russia in the referendum, and they will be with Russia. We will achieve our goals either through diplomatic or military means. That is, after taking Donetsk region, they will catch their breath, bring in reinforcements, and patch up the holes. In a month at most, they'll say, well, it's time to sign a peace agreement. Come on, get out of Zaporizhia and Kherson regions. We will say no, and then they will launch an offensive from Donbas, which they would have been storming for another 5 years. Even in the most optimistic scenarios, it would have taken them several years to capture all of it, breaking against our fortifications. But this way, they'll reach the borders of the region and it will be more convenient for them to continue. And by the way, in that case, it might not be limited to just Zaporizhia and Kherson because it's a very convenient route to Kharkiv region as well. From the south and to Dnipropetrovsk to Pavlograd. That's the simple story. That's why Russia's demand for the Ukrainian armed forces to withdraw from Donetsk region is not a condition for peace, it's a condition for a ceasefire. And the rest will come later once they've reached that position. It's that simple, guys. We don't have the option to trade Donetsk region for peace. It simply doesn't exist. Let's be realistic. So holding the defense is the only way out. So what exactly can we do about this? We can keep doing the same thing. The Russian economy is bursting at the seams. We are striking oil depots and refineries. The Ilsky refinery is still burning. And oil depots on fire in Chuvashia. Basically, everything's burning in Russia, plus Crimea and occupied lands. For fans of these videos and photos, and by the way, they have it too. And it explodes on its own. Today it exploded. At the oil rig, people were running away like torches, but that wasn't us. It really happened on its own, honestly. on the Telegram channel of Sezonov Official or on Facebook, Kirill Really Rub. I'll provide the links in the description to this video, and there's also a detailed review there. In the morning, I covered the situation at the front, where Russia has no particular successes. There aren't any, for those who are interested as well. For more details, read on. They are trying to achieve diplomatically what they can't break through now, those fortifications. But further, they will demand even more, and they have repeatedly warned about this. This is not some kind of secret. There is absolutely no need to refer to any so-called secret sources within Putin's inner circle, which, theoretically, I could not possibly have access to anyway because they say it openly and directly, sometimes in official statements made by Russian leaders and diplomats. It's worth believing them when they say they want to get what they've written into their constitution and that they'll get it one way or another. Believe it, believe it. I think it was Golda Meir who said, if people say they're going to kill you, believe them right away. That's the only chance to survive. Friends, subscribe to my Telegram and Facebook and subscribe to this channel. I'll keep you updated on the situation at the front and regarding negotiations as well. Everything will be covered. Ukraine.